Hi, thank you for coming for my presentation this afternoon. I want to know who are the ones who are following my blog, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, or have read my book. Can you have a show of hands? Wow, very good. And thank you for helping to vote for your favorite topic for me to cover this afternoon, finding gems in the property market. But actually, the one that I prefer to cover is the naked truth of Singapore property pornography. But I also realized that the organizer doesn't restrict the admission of visitors under the age of 18. So for that purpose, I'm going to cover that topic in my blog, in my next blog post. I'm not working in the property line. I am a fellow property buyer and investor. And for the past 18 years, I have been doing a lot of property investment because that's my hobby. So through the years, I have learned something about how to play this game. And I realized that there are a lot of people who lost a lot of money, but they keep quiet. But there are far more people who claim that they have built their wealth through property investment. They're doing so because they want some people to join them in the property line, or they want to sell you properties. But in reality, I actually know a lot of people who make real money from properties. They keep low profile and they keep quiet. And I hardly find any savvy property investor who come out to tell strangers and share with them what they're buying into. Why are there a lot of gems in the soft market, and where are they? Whenever the market is soft, you'll see a lot of people advertising in places like Facebook to tell you that there are hidden gems in this market. For example, I have talked about it in my YouTube channel that they will tell you that you can sell off your fully paid HDB flat and buy two private properties, the husband one and the wife another one, so that they can make fee commissions from you. Or you can own multiple properties with little or no money down by buying together with other people. Or you can make 50,000 passive income per month. That's what they're doing today. And you can do the same way because they have secrets to share with you. Or another way they do it is that they will advertise that the property is a gem because it will give you X% return, which is extra high in this market, and it's commercial property. And if you can only buy and share the cost with the others. But actually, they have a friend who actually went it above market price, and then after you buy into it, suddenly the tenant decided not to continue the lease, and you're left trying to find somebody in the market who's willing to pay the market price, and you can't get out of it because the return is no longer high. Why you will see a lot of this kind of hidden gems or property secrets or get-rich-quick programs in the soft market? Because the market is bad. If you look at this non-landed private residential quantity volume and average per square foot price from the first quarter of 2009 to the third quarter of 2009, you'll see that in reality, for our recent volumes in the last few quarters, we are still far from the short rebound in 2017 and 2018. And we are far cry from the heydays of 2010 to 2013. So the market is really bad. Let's look at the number of property transactions in a single month. We choose July this year because it's not ghost month and it's not school holiday. And we have 1,556 new sales in that month because of launch of our new EC, which is the highest level for the year. And then we take the resale and rent transactions of non-landed private residential properties and HDB flats from SRX Flash reports because they're famous for adding this mysterious additional element of flash estimate, which they try to predict the number of caveats not locked with SLA, so it's already higher. And then for landed resale and rental transactions, we get it from 99.co, which is basically from URA. So for the whole month of July, for new sale, resale, rental, for private homes and HDB flats, we only have a total of how many? A little bit more than 12,000 transactions. So how many property agents do we have in Singapore? As of 1st of January this year, we have 29,000. What does that mean? Let's forget the fact that the most active property agents will close more than one deal or they close many deals in a month. Let's assume each property agent only closes one deal in a month. We still have 16,888 property agents, or 58% of property agents who has done no deal for the whole month. So what are they eating? But the spokespersons of the property agents keep telling the media that there's still healthy demand for the home buyers and the property market is still resilient. If that's so, then why are the sales reports so bad? For ELA for Q1, the net profit slides 70%, and last quarter, it falls 57%. For partners, the net earnings is 67.6% decline, and Q2, the revenue drops 24% and profit slide 12%. So why are they contradicting themselves in what they are telling the media compared with their poor sales results? Why most buyers only settle for average deals? Because most people buy when they have the need. When they get married, when they have kids, when their kids need to go to good schools and they move to a particular district, then they need to buy. Or they have the money and extra cash and they feel itchy. So telling people I'm putting my spare cash to buy an investment property sounds much better than telling people I just bought a nice sports car or to go for overseas vacation. But personally, I feel that if you spend your spare cash on an overseas vacation, it's far better than buying private property in this market. At least you won't lose money. Or they buy because they listen to what the media is saying or what the property agents are talking about. Because of all this sales talk, they think maybe it's good to buy a property too. Or some people, they have some free time and then they join others at this new launch preview or the first weekend launch because they see a lot of other people are also buying. So they, for fear of missing out, they also rush in to buy. I have been to hundreds of second-hand property flat viewings, and I have been to more than 100 new launch in this market. And I have seen a lot of people who bought very lousy properties. Those that I don't think anybody want to buy because the feng shui is very bad. It's wrong direction, wrong facing, wrong feng shui, everything is wrong. But they don't understand why. Because there are a lot of new launch chaps and tricks that property developers and agents won't tell them. Or maybe the agents don't even know. So that's why I've been running a workshop. The 9th time running already is my most popular workshop. To tell people that, according to my experience, what you can do is you walk into a sales gallery in 5 minutes time by looking at the model of the development. You should be able to tell which block or which unit is the best according to the location, direction, and facing, and any undesirable objects next to the development, and what are the implications. And for all these layout plans, you should be able to tell which one is the best. By the way, because I cable, so that's why I went into the HDB website to look at the BDO new launches and find out that all the layout plans for some projects are really good, but some of them are really lousy. So I wonder whether it's the same person or same team doing the layout plans, because it makes all the difference. Some of them are good, some of them are very bad. Some of them really have the taboos of all the halls, all the living halls and bedrooms. Some of them are really very good. But I guess most of people don't know, they just buy. But buying a home is for the well-being of you yourself, your family, and your loved ones. I do think that if you really love your family, you should learn how to identify a good quality property compared with bad one. Some people claim that they can actually, from your date of birth, they will know your wealth path. But I'm even better. I can tell from your NRIC whether you have bought private properties in the last few years or going to buy one soon. You do know that there's a secret code in your NRIC. Even this kind of things, even public agents don't know. So now you take out your IC, I teach you how to read. This is my personal one. So you take out your IC, I show you how to read the secret code to show that whether you have bought properties or you would be able to buy one. It's very easy. Okay, look at this. If you have a red IC and you are buying your first one, then you may have already bought the last few years or you're going to buy one because you don't have to pay ABSD. But if you're like me, that buy the second or third one requires you to pay 12% to 15% more in stamp duties, not for me. If you're holding a blue IC, too bad. Either the first property or second, doesn't matter, you still have to pay ABSD of 5% to 3%. If you're holding a green one, even worse. You have to shake off, pay 20%. So people ask me, why are you not buying? Why are you so negative? If I have to pay 4% buyer stamp duty, and I have to pay additional 12 to 15% or 12 to 20% ABSD, and if I sell within 3 years, I have to pay 4 to 12% seller stamp duty. Why am I buying? The inland revenue won't even have to send me a thank you letter to thank me for my generous contribution. Ever since I became a Singapore citizen in 2002, I have been a very good girl. I mean, I have been a very good citizen. Whatever the government asked us to do, I just followed. So that's why in the mid-2000s, when the government come up with stimulating measures, the loan-to-value increased to 90%, I immediately look at all my savings and take everything from my CPF to go there to the market to buy private homes to support the government to revive the property market. But when the government started introducing cooling measures from September 2009, and after 8 months, all the way to 2013 June, I started selling my properties, my investment property one by one. And in 2017, and our Minister Lawrence Wong cautions home buyers amid property rebound. And when MAS Wafi Menon said there's euphoria in Singapore property market and called for caution, I held back my horses and I refrained from buying properties. I don't know about the HDB market because I'm not familiar with that, but for private homes, if you follow exactly what the government asks you to do, and listen to the government, I mean not listening to the property developers, the property agencies, mortgage banks, industry stakeholders, or analysts or the media, listening to the government, every time from my own experience, it proves to be a smart move. So, if you promise to be a good boy, a good girl, by the end of the year, you will be promised a Christmas present by the Santa Claus, which is really nice. So anytime, just take the hint from the government. This week, there's property news headlines that read, 2/4 of voices in private home prices raise question of cooling measures. Wow, this is a very dangerous news headline, especially right before the time of the next election. When I see this kind of dangerous headline, my heart really skips a bit. Then I get the hint. Do you get that?